Welcome to the Cables, Lace, and Tails podcast. My name is Sue, and I am a maker from northwestern Wisconsin. Hello, how's it going? It's going pretty good here. Snow is everywhere, and it is absolutely lovely. It's getting colder by the day, and pretty soon we're going to be sub-zero. Perfect time to wear your nice, warm, woolly sweaters. Hi, Nana. Puppy's right here. You can see her nose just barely. She's wanting attention. I haven't done this in 2 weeks, so the puppy and the kitties might be a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? Interactive. Yes. She's wiggling and everything, and I have coffee. I'm more concerned about the coffee than the camera shaking, to be perfectly honest. So I took a week break from Thanksgiving, even though I posted over that time period. I recorded earlier, and I did a crochet video about all the past crochet projects I worked on, and I'm going to have to do something similar over the Christmas break. We are off a full 2 weeks, but I will not be able to record during that time, most likely. So I'm going to just try my best and record before that time. Last year, I did look and see. And the last time, or I should say, I started recording videos last year on December 4th was my first posting. I did record before then, and then I posted it on December 4th. So it's been a full year on YouTube. Yay! You know, that's commitment. So I took 2 weeks off during that time because it can be so busy and it's just not easy to record when everyone is home. Even this past summer when I was recording and my daughter was off to the side, it was just like, it's just weird. That's all I'm going to say. It just feels weird at this time in my life to record in front of others. All right. So, okay. I finished knitting all of my dishcloths on November 29th. I'm so happy. So basically they all kind of look like this. I still have to weave in the ends. I need to wash them because there are some people who are allergic to cats. And then once I weave in ends, wash them, I will fold them like so. And then I will, let's see, I have a pen here. I have a candy cane. So this is a candy cane. Imagine a candy cane. And then I roll them. So it's just this, and then the candy cane is sticking out and it looks real cute. And then I tie it with some leftover cotton yarn. And then I put a little tag. I usually make it out of wrapping paper. And I write, Merry Christmas from Santa, and then I do my last name. And it's real cute. So then people know it's from me. And I can't wait to get rid of them. I have already got 3 out the door to my cousin for Thanksgiving. Each Ziploc can hold 20 dishcloths. So there's 60, and then the remaining 7 are in there. So happy they're done. I'm taking a week off from even looking at them because I'm kind of tired of them, to be perfectly honest. And my cat loves the Ziploc bag. So we'll see how she does over here. Let's see. That's about it. I cannot wait to be completely done and hand them out to friends, gifts for co-workers, etc. So as soon as I got done with that, when was the 29th? Was it Sunday? No, Saturday? I think it was Saturday. After I was done, I started working on my other projects that I've been consistently working on throughout this time period. The first one I'm going to show is my vegetable patch cardigan, or they call it the vegetable patch jacket. I'm just going to hold it here. I believe, so I only did one repeat, and that repeat took me an hour and a half. What? I don't know. I don't know if I was stopping and watching something, but my cats are going cray cray over here. But it took me an hour and a half to do an 8-row repeat across. And I did have to join in yarn, but that shouldn't have taken too long. I just do the method where you interlock them and then it seems to hold nice and steady. I'm sure you could split splice this yarn. It is 100% Peruvian worsted weight wool. It's not superwash. It's in the color, I'm just gonna hold it up, Shire Heather. It is a beautiful yarn. It's wool of the Andes worsted, and I got it from Knit Picks 2 summers ago. I did have a gift card and I did have a discount, so I thought this would be a perfect time to buy the yarn. I'm taking the pen away because they're driving me crazy. Now there's that. So, okay. It is a very simple cable pattern. You only do the cable stitch on 1 row, but there's also a slip stitch thing corresponding to that row and another row. So it's a really easy pattern to memorize. I did not measure like I should have, and so I don't know how much this is, but I think I might have to do like a half a repeat, not a full repeat of that stitch pattern to get to the size of the shoulders required in the pattern. Now, I'm making it out of my Homestead Cables Knit Picks book. I believe it's still in stock. I did pay almost full price for it. I did get a small discount. I think it was like 20% off, but it is a lovely book. That's what it's supposed to look like. I'm going to try and get it out of the glare. It is by the Vegetable Patch Jacket by Anni Howard. I got gauge using a size 6. It calls for a size 8, so I had to do a lot of gauge swatching. I'm using my Knitter's Pride Zing needles with the blunted tip. It's a simple cable pattern, so I don't need pointy needles for it. It's really nice. When I was working on this on Sunday, I laid it on my lap like a blanket and I got too hot with the blanket underneath me. So that is a good sign. I love having cardigans for work because I can, if I get hot, I can take them off or whatnot. So there is that. You know what I forgot to mention? The sweater I'm wearing, which will coincide with the new sweater I am knitting. So let's go over to that pattern. First off, this is a V-neck drop shoulder sweater I made out of Lion Brand Wool Ease worsted in the color wheat. I wanted to have the big floopy arms. It was really easy to knit. I followed the pattern in my Ann Bud's handy book of sweater patterns. I decided to not have any decreases on my arm. So this is the final stitch count right here. So I did do these in the round. I decided I was going to do them in the round. After I did that, I decided I don't like doing them in the round as much. But since I was doing the full stitch count all the way up and it was just going to be a big tube, I thought I'll just do the, you can tell where my elbow was, the full stitch count all the way up. My hands got real tired because knitting in the round isn't pleasurable for me. I decided to have a short cuff. I did that on the bottom as well of the hem and on the neckline. Now, the pattern size I was using, I don't remember if it was 44 or 42 for the stitch count. I have it written down, but I did not prepare. I did not prepare. I come to you unprepared. So whatever it was, this part of the sweater, of the V-neck part, was like another 3 inches long. And I'm like, oh no. So I had to finagle how to make this, all the decreases work. And I did it consecutively. So I did it and then I did it again so I wouldn't forget. Because sometimes when you do it and then put it down, you completely forgot what your mindset was. Then I sewed it all together. The seams look, I'm trying to find them. The seam is not too bad. And then I just did a whip stitch around the arm. And I did the invisible seam join underneath here for the side panels. But when I picked up for the neckline, I think I did it 4 or 5 times. So I did it, it was too tight. Did it, it was too loose. Did it, I thought it was fine, but somehow I made it too tight right here and it kept like choking me. I had weaved in all the ends. I said it's going to be just fine. And then it also was pulling here. I remember it being too short here, like too crew neck, and too tight here. And it kept irritating me right here. Like you could just feel it. Instead of feeling like it fits you, it just felt like, it doesn't really work. And I thought, no, I'm not changing it. I'm not changing it. I would have to like redo the whole thing. I'd have to cut it off. And I didn't know how to do it at that time. I put it on again and I'm like, I can't keep it like this. I'll never wear the sweater. And the whole point of making clothes is so they fit you perfectly. So I got out my little scissors and I was so nervous, my hands sweated. So I cut off, I can kind of see, there's like this little ridge right here. So I cut right between there, pulled out all the yarn, threw it away. And that last time I knew well enough how to space my stitches and it turned out perfect. So I'm really glad I cut that off. And I really like this book because you can make modifications. For example, with this upcoming, this sweat, for this cardigan I am making, I am getting along the second sleeve so you can see my progress. I only have 5 more repeats to do. And here is the first sleeve. It's a little, it's gonna curl in on itself because it's stockinette. So here's the first sleeve. I have all the pins still in it so I could keep track because I didn't do it evenly in the beginning. I decided to do a 1.5 inch 1x1 rib. I'm using the yarn Knit Picks Upcycle Alpaca blend, which is a mixture of alpaca, acrylic, and alpaca. I have learned that this yarn is drapey. So it is a set-in sleeve, this cardigan that I'm making. So with the set-in sleeve, it matches my wrist perfectly. But it should come down to a little bit more, which I kind of like when I wear my winter coats because then I do this a lot with my sleeve and then it comes out and it provides a little bit of extra warmth when I'm outside at recess duty. I put a lifeline right here so I can measure, because in the pattern you have to measure a certain amount and then you start doing the decreases. So that's the beginning of the armhole, and I keep that lifeline in until I sew it all up. I think that's what I do. Or right before I sew it up, I pull it out. And when you use interchangeable needles, they have this wonderful little hole here. Can you see? Right there. And that's for tightening them up with their little key. But you can also thread through some crochet thread, which is what I used. And then it makes it easier to mark that area all the way across. instead of using pins like I used to. So it just makes measuring so much quicker. And then, as you can see, I'm doing them flat. I did the whole sweater flat. And it should give me a little bit of looseness right here, about an inch or so. You know, maybe a little bit more, which is fine. The color is in titanium. I am using, let me think. For the ribbing, I'm using a US 2.5. And for the body of the sweater, I am using, let's look at a US 4 or a 3.5 millimeter. This is a Knit Picks interchangeable needle, and they are the reflection set. I really like them. They're a stainless steel needle. I like feeling a bit of weight in my hands. I feel like I'm not going to break anything. Like sometimes when you use a really light wooden needle, sometimes you feel like you're bending them too much. So, yeah, it's coming along. This has become my new kind of like dishcloth knitting, where I know what to do. I don't have to look for a while. I can just knit a few rows and, you know, put it down, and then I know exactly where to begin again. And that's why I'm keeping my pins here, so I can remember. I do have the front panels done, and the back panel has been blocked. I thought I was going to get through the blocking part of the two front panels over Thanksgiving break, but it was insanely busy. Insanely busy. I'm so glad I pre-recorded an episode, because I had an eye doctor's appointment. My daughter had a sports physical she had to go to. She had an orthodontist appointment. I worked 3 ticket booths, all at the hockey rink, and I was just really, really tired. We did stay here for Thanksgiving. I am very thankful that we didn't have to go too far, but even being gone that day, and because we were gone quite a number of hours, my dog does not do well when we're gone that long, and she gets really worried and really upset. She doesn't destroy anything. Well, she will chew on her own paws, because, you know, it's like biting your nails, so to speak. But she gets all gurgly stomach. Her stomach actually gurgles, and she's it's so weird. I've never seen a dog ever like her. And so she was quite ill for the next few days. Like, oh, don't you feel sorry for me? You left me and now I have stick stomach. My poor puppy. So, the last thing I'm going to discuss for works in progress today is my Sailor Swift top by Kutovakika. I'm just gonna, let's see, I'll take it out. I'm in the process of just making the body longer. Knitting in the round is hard for my hands. Okay, let's see here. That's what it's supposed to look like. I plan to wear this underneath, no, like, where was I? I plan to wear this underneath, I don't know where I was. Sorry. Underneath sweaters. Or maybe around the house. I'm not a real big tank top person out in public. I don't like showing off that much skin, especially in summer, because I burn so easily. I am using a discontinued yarn. It is Patons Linen. I've shown this many a time, so I'm not going to go too much into it, but it's just coming along. My cat, Tallulah, loves this yarn. She loves to destroy this yarn. It's really pretty. The dark color is called Sweet Potato, and the golden color is called Goldenrod. It is a mixture of cotton and linen, and it is so smooth. There is some stretch to it, and which is good because I debated on, it's supposed to be knit with like 0 ease, and I don't want anything to be like falling off my shoulder, so I wanted it to be as close to my bust circumference as possible. So I did a smaller version on top, and then I did a little bit of extra. I think I did 4 stitches extra in the neckline, so it wouldn't be too wonky and gapey. And then underneath the arms here, I added the remaining stitches to go up to the next size so it can fit the circumference of my middle section. I'm really hoping it works. I haven't tried it on yet. I thought about trying it on over Thanksgiving break, but like I said, when you're just tired of working nonstop, you just kind of go, it'll be fine. I'm really hoping it will be fine. I did have to change over to a new ball of yarn for the sweet potato. And I mean, my cat is cuckoo for this yarn. I don't know why. She really likes cotton yarn. And once things are knit up, I found like if I took off this sweater, she wouldn't really care about this sweater. She's not going to go over and per se, you know, do this like my other cat Anya would. And she has taken up, thankfully it was an acrylic sweater that I just wear around the house, because long story short, it was my first sweater and I just did it out of acrylic just to see. So anyway, Anya has pulled some of my stitches out on that sweater. So it's been good to get back into the recording. Hopefully I have another year of fun knitting and crocheting and sewing and sharing, because I really do really enjoy. I can't say how much I enjoy doing these podcasts. I really enjoy showing my things. It helps me get out of like a shy shell, so to speak, because sometimes you know you're putting yourself out there on the online and it can be daunting, you know. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for your comments. I truly appreciate it. And I wish my cats were a little closer. Tallulah is sitting off over here. My puppy Nell-Nell's over there, and Anya's over there. You know, I took away their pen. They like to chew on my soft little grippy thing, which I don't want them to do. So that is about it for today. I hope you're all doing well. I know this is kind of a shorter episode because I just really finished dishcloths. I mean, I got to a point of where I was counting down on my phone, and I thought, I just have to get these done. I want to get them done by the end of November so I can take a week off, and then I can weave in the ends, wash them, get them ready, because I have to have the majority of them done by December 19th. So once again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. And thank you so much. I really, truly appreciate all the views I get. And yeah. On that note, I will just say one little thing about the weather. It's going to get cold. Which means movies and knitting or crocheting. So, okay, I'm doing the Wisconsin goodbye, which ends an hour from now, and I'm going to cut it short. Take care. Have fun. Bye for now.